Thank you, everyone, for smiling at YouTube in the future. All right, let's go. Oh, they started with a castle, too. There's sometimes with Regicide, you don't start with a castle. It's weird, but we have extra villagers. You have a king. We have 8 players on Hamburger. And you have more than just 2 players. This map looks more like a volleyball or a basketball or a very weird spider. Soul Scour has chosen the Lithuanians. Hamburger was recently added to the DE map pool. There's wood lines that extend towards the middle on the center island. And then players can take advantage of the water to transport to the outer ring. With Regicide, there's normally a huge focus on king snipes. I think we have a wide variety of personalities here too. So I'll go through this. The Soul Scour being Lithuanians. In the blue, we have Pete Wheeler playing as the Khmer. The green, we have Cape Man, who's gone for the Slavs. In the teal, we have Master Jev playing as the Incas. In the orange, we have Xantham playing as the Koreans. Why would you do that to me? I'm just kidding. It's fine. Ian is playing as the Mongols. In the yellow, we have Everything is Better with Butter, who's actually yellow this time. The previous game, this user dropped, so we gave him another chance. And the red, we have Your Taco Amigo playing as the Chinese. And then that's everybody. Yeah. The only civs that are questionable here would probably be Koreans. I feel like they're lackluster civ. We probably need some type of a buff, at least in competitive games. They're very slow. But hey, you could make arguments for turtle ships here. You can make arguments for towers here. You can make arguments for, well, siege onagers if the game goes late enough. We'll see if war wagons, siege onagers, all of those post-imp Korean strengths happen here. Does this hamburger have butter on it? Technically, no. It just says everything is better with butter. This guy's Twitch name is Butter Enthusiast. And there's also a Twitch user named Butter and Cream in the Twitch chat, who I think is rooting for him if he's still here. Dave's in Twitch chat, and Dave said you need to dock immediately here. Yeah, you start with so much wood. Like, Regicide resources are a lot different, plus you start with the extra bills, so getting the dock up. I think who docks and how many fishing ships they have at this point will tell us how experienced they are. And we'll see that click up the feudal age a lot faster than you think, because they start with so much eco. Technically, burger buns, non-buttered. Can we stop talking about food? Let's talk about something else. Q&A with T90 during the Dark Age. Excuse me. And let's not talk about food. Now remember, no spectator chat with DE. We've said this for almost a year straight. So we cannot see what the players say to each other, but they can speak to each other. That's still an option, and they're all allied for now. Will you watch Real Madrid versus Barcelona tomorrow? No. I will not. I will be watching King of the Desert 3 all of tomorrow. And to be honest, I don't really care about Real Madrid, Barcelona. I'll probably watch the highlights if there's good goals. Leave it at that. What is the meaning of life? It depends. The meaning of life depends. But for me, I think it's just being the best person I can be and affect others positively. And also, Age of Empires. I don't know where my life would be without Age of Empires, so... Oh, just passing. But it's El Clasico? What is this, 2012? People still get excited about that matchup? To be honest, like, I don't really watch soccer or football as much nowadays. I tend to watch other sports, and I will watch highlights. I can't really make the time because I'm spending so much time with Age of Empires on weekends. But I also haven't really been interested in Barcelona, Real Madrid ever since the like back in the day where it was like peak Real Madrid, Barca, peak Ronaldo, Messi. Those were the days to watch. But nowadays I could care less. Why do you play Age of Empires when Age of Mythology is so much better? Something tells me that's not going to be a very popular opinion, that Age of Mythology is better than Age of Empires. Considering you're on an Age of Empires 2 stream. But, yeah, more power to you if you prefer Age of Mythology. Obviously, I prefer Age of Empires 2. I feel like it's way better than any other game in the franchise. I thought about doing Age 3 because Age 3 DE came out. And I'm actually really happy for Age 3 fans because, you know, they get a remaster. I don't know how they really rate that remaster, people who know what they're talking about, but I am happy for them. And I'm happy that maybe they're having a better time now with the new version. But I just couldn't. I took one look at AoE3 and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even try it. I was just... Maybe I'm an old man, but it just didn't look right for me. All right, so Market Blacksmith for the Khmer player. You don't need to build Market Blacksmith before going up to Castle Age, but I guess it's more so after, because Blue's already on the way. So, Cape Man has subbed to my Twitch stream almost 4 years, all right? Cape Man has been following and around my community prior to the partnership. So, it's been a long, long time. So, Cape Man, the most experienced player here in terms of how long they've played, at least since I've been around over the last half a decade. Xanthem and Ian and Soul Scour. Soul Scour, I think, has been at least supporting me for over 2 years. Xanthem and Ian have been around for a year, year and a half, 2 years. And then your Taco Amigo, I have a general idea of how long people have been around the stream anyways. Also around a year. I'm not too sure on Pete Wheeler and Master Jev. It doesn't mean that that necessarily relates to their skill, but if they, you know, are on the newer side, I might have only seen them recently. Actually, I take that back. I think Master Jev, according to Nightbot, when I draw through him for this game, has been following for 2 months. So, see what Master's able to do. So far, everything looks pretty solid. Definitely could have streamlined the build a bit more and could be on the way to Castle Age, but solid eco numbers, at least, if you look here. Is this why he was rigged in? No, I try and... I don't know if I even do it intentionally, but I always have a pretty good idea of how long people have been around. I get attached to people, man. Like, there's so many people who, you know, depart, whether it's because of lack of interest in my stream, or lack of interest in Age in general, or just life getting busy, and I will genuinely be like, I miss that person. I haven't seen that person in months. What's that person up to? Even though there's a lot of people, I guess since this is all I've done for a very long time, I tend to understand how long people have been around. Like you, Skip. Alright, so Pete made a ballista elephant. And with the ballista elephant, you can cut through the trees. I don't know if you want to do that right now. A battering ram too? Wow. I really want Pete to get husbandry so I can say that his elephants now have wheels. I just ruined my potential joke. So I guess Pete wants to go for a snipe of some kind. There's the stable. What's up, Viva Letty 90? Do you miss Toe Jelly? I haven't seen Toe Jelly around in a while. I don't know what Toe Jelly's been up to. Did you change your name? I should have said yes to that. I didn't mean like... Where is Toe Jelly? Stop bringing up names. Now I feel bad. I'm Toe Jelly. Why'd you change your name? That's another thing. If people change their names, I kind of lose track. Cake batter in my pants might as well just be a new person for me. Okay. There's a user who, his Twitch name used to be Kobe, and he changed it. And I still call him Kobe. You miss Gamisha. Gamisha is always the divisive character in community game days, because he was such a good player, but he's also a bit of a tryhard. Especially back when community games first started. Of course. Dave doesn't, because Dave's had some negative experiences. No, who Dave really misses is Little Blast.
Let's all be best friends forever.
Guys, you don't even realize. You think that that's a joke? Just saying that name tilts Dave so much. And it makes me so happy. Dave won't even apologize for it. Dave... like, Little Blast, he might have been like a 5-year subscriber had he not betrayed Dave. back in the day. But Dave let Little Blast live, and then Little Blast in a community game backstabbed Dave, and Dave has been he's been pissed about it ever since. So just booming, guys. No real action. That's why I'm keeping more of an eye on blue. But I guess blue is adding TCs as well, so maybe a mix of caught in between two minds on what to do here. I said Cape Man's the most experienced player. 60 total villagers. That includes fishing ships for him, which is the highest. And it's slabs too, so once the farms come out, expect the eco to be amazing. I actually have a really funny story about Cape Man. I think he'd be okay with me telling this. So, back in the Voobly days, I would many times play on a second account. Like, one of them was named My Farms Are Fine, and another one was named Storytime. Same rating as my main, but I would play on another account because I didn't want... It was getting pretty annoying where I'd finish a game, like a 1v1, and then it'd have like 10 spectators. And then they'd all be like, T90, your farms were bad, blah, 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 when I was being serious, right? So I started playing on those accounts, and I played a Black Forest game one night. Now, that was already enough of a mistake. But yeah, I played a Black Forest game, 4v4, and unbeknownst to Cape Man, I was on his team. And Cape Man was the opposite flank. So there was no way I could possibly help him, right? And if you know how tryhards play on Black Forest, they always... Speaking of interesting strats and tryharding, look at these walls. That's cute. It's all about walling early with Black Forest. And so the guy on Cape Man's side went forward to wall the choke point. But Cape Man was like, nah. I don't want to send villagers forward. That's idle time. So I'm just going to stay at home. He assumed he was going to wall in the choke. And he would wall behind it. Well, Cape Man found out in mid-feudal age that the player had walled out every single one of his resources. I guess all of his golds and stones were somewhat forward. And this guy, the enemy, committed like 4 vills to fully palisading out all of his res. And then in the next stage went stone walls. And Cape Man was so upset. And I knew the guy, like, from my chat for years, right? And he's just like, oh, this guy walled out all my golds and stones. And then his pocket, like, his teammate wasn't helping him either. He's like, yo, Gray, help me, please. I don't have my resources. And the guy wouldn't respond. Oh, man. Cape Man, he wasn't... I'll give him credit. You know, he didn't... You know how some people can be really aggressive? And when they get upset, he wasn't like that. He was just obviously having a bad day.
Because they are always throwing their axes. Thanks for all the content, T90.
And so he had a really bad day. And so naturally, I see him the next day. And he shows up to the stream. And I'm like, hey, Cape Man, did you play any Black Forest recently? He's like, yeah, I did actually play some Black Forest. Like, oh, cool. How'd you feel about your resources being walled out? He was really... He didn't know. I was like, how does he know this? How did he have that information? I think I told him I was going to upload it to YouTube, and then he was like, no, and then... Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. That's the end of the story. That's the only story I had with Cape Man. Thanks for the support, Cape Man. And, wall. Or just don't play BF. Alright, stable? Probably for husbandry bloodlines, and cav archers for Cape Man. So Cape Man's thinking of sniping. And also Cape Man has petards. Kind of a slow game. Oh god, are you kidding me? Do you guys remember before this game started which player debated all of chat? Everyone in chat thought that the player wasn't going to show up. Everyone who wanted to play got excited, like, oh, I'm going to get that spot. He's the newest person in this game. His name is Master Jev. He's only been following the stream for about a month. Finally made it into the game. And Cape Man's like, hey, do you know how long I've been here? This is my territory. Get away from community games. He's going to welcome Master Jev to community games the snippy way. I feel really bad for Teal. Because Teal's about to die. The castle goes down and... Oh! Is Ballistics in? Wait a second, run! Run! Oh, no. See, this is... A lot of people, like, type a 1 in Twitch chat if you don't want to play in community games because you feel like you're going to be too bad and you're going to get picked on. That is a mindset that many people have shared with me. And my response is always, nah, you'll be fine. Like, weaker players make the games interesting. You can team up with someone stronger. You can still do it. But now after seeing that, I just feel bad. I have led so many astray. Feels bad, man. But no, in general, it is true. That's just unlucky for Teal. Salutes in chat for him. Normally, you're not going to get picked on that early, but Kate, man, maybe he found out that Jev likes to wall on Black Forest. And oh! Wait a second. Whoa! What just happened? Oh my god, that's a classic T90 blind moment. So Blue had elephants and rams at Gray's base and took out his castle. And Gray somehow took out Blue's king? With petards.
Waking up early on a Saturday morning to find T90 stream
Imagine if Gray
equals
still
great
dies to
start
this.
to the WE.
Imagine if the Rams task the TC and take it down somehow. Like, that would be one of the craziest things. I did ask them to be aggressive, and people delivered here. But no, it doesn't seem like, since there's no one to control these units, that Gray's going to die to this. But certainly no micro on the Cav archers, but the only micro that mattered there was taking out the king. Pete Wheeler is dead. Blubber biologist is in chat. Who's that person? No, I'm not telling that story. That's Lorena. I'm not telling that story. It's embarrassing. Anytime I do something embarrassing, she's like, you gotta tell chat. Where'd Red go? Oh! Red's over here. Why are you raiding the gold? Wait. Oh, Ian's king is over here now. Does Red know that? Did he see it run? Did he? What? He must have spotted it somehow. Or maybe he got treason. That would make sense. And Purple still hasn't turned on him. Yo, Ian. Ian! How many petards does it take to take out a transport ship? What the? Is it the 4th of July? Like, why are there... What's happening? What's up with the useless fireworks? Oh, God! Red doesn't know how close he is. And so now he's bringing the petards over here to finish off the castle. Finally, Purple turns on him. Alright, so the execution was lacking there for Red, but he also had no real way of knowing beyond treason that the king was still there. But I appreciate all the attempts, guys, and there's probably more where that comes from, because there's not many players with water control. Or more where that came from. Petards and Cav Archers now for Cape Man. I'm liking the trend of petards today. T90, by the way, what happened to Super Lisco? I haven't seen Super Lisco in over a year. Like, even before DE, Super Lisco hasn't been around. I'm sure he's alright. I think Super Lisco might still be around to age, but... Whoa, 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 whoa! Wait a moment! How did the... Guys, I've got to pay more attention. I can't... Sorry, no communicating with chat anymore. I think that was Blues Rams. And I said that wouldn't happen. Normally, I can chill a little bit. But community games today, players are actually going for it. Let's go. Still looking around. I like how Cape Man's dock blocking a lot of the shoreline. Style points for that. Can't see any chat, but you can see the eco for your Taco Amigo and Cape Man is far superior to the others. Ducks, I'm not... Lorena, stop trying to get chat to tell this story. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, what's Butter up to? We haven't seen a lot from Butter. Butter is Vietnamese. Elite rats and archers now. But I don't see any real offensive moves. Just eco and defense. At least for now. Most players are an imp. Xanthem still not there. I'm not sure why, but Xanthem hasn't clicked up yet. With Imp, you can see Siege, Trebuchets. all that good stuff. All right, fine. I'll tell the story. I'll only tell the story because I know chat's going to relentlessly ask me for it for the next 3 years if I don't get it out of the way now. It's a Band-Aid I've got to rip off. Wait, hold on a second. Oh! We got petards, turtle ships, and cav archers. This is what Xanthem's doing, and now he's castle dropping. That's not really that wise of a move, though, because Ian is an imp.
49 months for T90.
It's a wise move if the king gets sniped.
49 months for T90 for T90.
Down goes the TC. Yeah, the king is inside the castle, and the king will still survive. Here comes green. Here comes green. Will red react to this? Is Cape Man even going for red? Or is it just passing? I think this is just passing. Yep, the classic just passing move. There's no blue. There's no coffee here. But there's plenty of energy. Manager now for Cape Man as he's taking the resources from Teal's base. Impressive move from Orange, but now he should just get Treb down. Who is Cape Man going for here? All right, so I don't know how many. I wasn't drunk, which is the sad thing. I really would. If I was a dishonest man, I would say I was drunk, but I really wasn't drunk. And for whatever reason, we wanted to have some tea. And so Lorena's like, "Hey, babe, can you get us some tea?" I was like, "Sure." And I don't drink a lot of tea, despite the name. And so she's like, "Put a dollop of honey in it." So I make tea for both of us, and I get the honey out. And sometimes I speak before I think, okay? I'm not this dumb. And it said wildflower honey. And so immediately my dumbass was like, wait a second, this didn't come from bees? And then I realized, I was like, oh, well, duh. I know what this means. I know that the bees pollinated the flower. And then there was honey, like I understood the basic process there, but I still said the words. And she's never let me live that down. And now Cape Man is like, poor Cape Man, or not poor Cape Man, poor me for telling that story. Poor Ian is getting ganged up on by everyone. And Cape Man, what are you doing? Well, he's gotta pick a castle. And I think the king is now on the right castle. So wow, Ian survives. Now, Ian, at this point, honestly, just make some trebs. I think Ian is overwhelmed. Ian has the resources for trebuchets and has just been going for a castle war over here. Okay. I can hear her laughing in the other room. She thinks it's so funny that I just embarrassed my... Okay, she's laughing because people are calling me B90. Yeah. So yeah, that happened, all right? And I knew that you guys would probably ask me about that for years because she brought it up today. So just know that you made her day. Hopefully this game doesn't go to YouTube. Man, Cape Man wasn't the most impressive snipe I've ever seen. But he did get a snipe earlier. Are you crying? She's crying in there. Hey, maybe I'll just get her some tea later. It'll make her feel better. Hey, so Blue's dead. Gray. Yeah, what's Gray up to? How many relics does Gray have? 3. And Lithuanians are no joke if they get the relics. There are also a few relics out there still. Male says, we made her day, so she'll make your night. Winky face. You hear that? You read that, right? All right, she said yeah, and she didn't sound too excited. That's... Of course. Yeah. All right. Can we... Mods, can we take care of that username? Can we ban her? Because only bad things happen when she shows up to chat. All right, so Ian does not have the eco, but he is Mongols and has elite Mangadai, last I checked. Apparently doesn't like trebuchets as a unit. Just... It's against his religious beliefs or something. Xanthem, who attempted to go for some snipes earlier, is now being attacked by Cape Man, who is the person to kill. Slavs, siege onagers, halberdiers. And I just don't know. I mean, Xanthem surely can't defend here, but at least Xanthem is fleeing with the king, much like Ian did earlier. Now, what's the problem with Cape Man's composition, guys? It's slow. He doesn't have any mobile options. So, yes, it's a death ball, but it's so incredibly slow. I could see him taking control, but I could also see him being surprised. But I say that as he's about to build his 4th castle. So he knows how to play safe, and you probably should. I feel like chat doesn't even care about the game anymore. People are less interested in the game. I swear to God. Here come the elite Rat-10 archers from Everything is Better with Butter. And they are almost fully upgraded. They are in defense. Still missing chemistry, I believe. Elite Rat-10 archers. 10 pierce armor. They have as much pierce armor as a Huskarl does. So good luck using Chukanu and Cav archers against that. And your Taco Amigo is getting pushed out. That would mean that your Taco Amigo would need Siege, which he's attempted to use. And if not Siege, probably Cav. But very little gold for red. You know what's satisfying is the noise when onagers attack the same spot at once. That noise. Oh! Now, you know Cape Man's an experienced Black Forest player, so he should know how to use the attack rounds. So he'll kill these. And I don't know where Orange was going in the first place. Okay. Cav Archer's dead, and Soul Scour dead as well! Where? Oh my god! So Red's, like, fleeing. He's worried he's going to get killed, and he just shows up and gets a snipe anyways? What a play! I am so wonderfully impressed. I hope this doesn't offend the players in this game, but I'm so impressed with everyone's dedication to the snipes. This is what community games should be about. Now, we'll have this and Spec Chat in a few months, I hope. And then community games are great again. Soul Scour in Twitch chat says, well, I didn't see it either. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that you didn't see that. Red says, forget defense. If I die before I get a kill, I won't be remembered. What's Orange up to? Red just researched treason, I think. Got purple with Trebs finally, and Elite Mangadai. 140 population. Orange sitting at 68 population. And Cape Man, 200 population. Lots of resources. Still wanting to go Cav Archers. Labs do get heavy Cav Archer. They get chemistry. I mean, it's not one of the best Cav Archer civs. In fact, it might be one of the worst. I'm going to ask you guys something, and I genuinely don't know the answer to it. I feel like this is something I should know, but it definitely goes under facts that are completely useless to know. It's a waste of brain space. Does every civ that can make Cav get heavy Cav Archer? I feel like the answer's no. But it wouldn't surprise me if for some reason that was the case. Like, I see Slavs getting heavy Cav Archer now. Obviously, they don't get the other upgrades. I think Koreans get it? Like, okay, you guys are saying no. Vietnamese get it? What civs don't? Is there a long list of civilizations that don't get heavy CA? I know Mayans, Aztecs, Incas don't get it. You just never look at that unless you have a civ who makes Cav Archers, so... There's only two. No, Spanish get it. Spanish get it. Portuguese and Italians, okay. How do you... Why? Why do you know that? Why is that even something to know? 8 civs don't get it. Okay. Interesting. Alright, alright. Not all Cav Archers are made from bees, though? Ah, gotcha. Well, I prefer Wildflower bee Cav Archers, so... Got Galleons for Everything is Better with Butter. We didn't get to see a lot from this play in the previous game because of the drop. Things are looking pretty good for yellow beyond the lack of expansion. Don't you memorize all tech trees? I review my Spirit of the Law regularly. Gotcha. That's the spirit. Now, there is still one big thing out there that could damage what yellow's got, and it would be the siege onagers. And oh my goodness! Wow, that is satisfying right there. Omegadai do have a bonus against siege, but against this many siege onagers, you either need hussars in there, which is tough to justify when there's halbs, or you'll need your own onagers. Like, absolutely wrecked. I think Cape Man will have the gold, so it's not all that bad to see him losing some siege here. But Ian could lose the middle. Like, I could see Cape Man having this entire middle area, but then getting surprised on the sides. But then again, I say surprised, his king is always going to be here. Oh, God. Yeah, I think Ian's like, yeah, okay. My villagers are going to die, so maybe he'll kill his own rams. Oh! Worth it! Worth it! Have you ever seen villagers have a hand in destroying that many siege rams before? I don't think so. Still have concerns for Ian long term due to the lack of economy. 16,000 food. I'd like to see more villagers then for Ian. Mongols is one of the best diplomacy civilizations. Update on Orange. Is he doing anything beyond building houses? He's making some war wagons now. Elite war wagons. Lacking upgrades, but eco's getting a bit better. Oh, you're kidding me. I think Cape Man researched treason not too long ago, but he's unaware that there is a castle there. Props to Cape Man for using the siege and the halbs and also doing all this. But yeah, rip to those petards. Vietnamese player has some water control, so maybe could transport the rats and archers over. Also is allied with Cape Man, so we'll be able to see what's up. What's this? One dead player attacks the other. That's funny. You'll get it eventually, Soul Scour. It'll tack on one more buildings raised to your statistic. Why are people saying butter? Did one of the mods really add a butter T90 creep command? I guess they did. All right. Now, mods will be here to update the butter command. Mods during King of the Desert on the weekends. I'm not so sure about that one. I'm kidding. That's butter. Yeah. That's more like it. Mods called out. Feels bad. Cape Man still sending petards in. Still sending cav archers. Over cav archers against Korean defense and war wagons. I think at this point, the surprise snipes, at least from this outer ring, I think they're long gone. No, I think if anything, that's a diss at Hizemi and Willis. I think it was Hizemi and Willis who were there. Anyways, I love those guys to death. Just trolling. Whoa, why does Purple have a castle here? That's weird. Has that castle been here? Did he chop through to place that? Interesting. Well, the game has slowed down. I really should have saved the butter story for this time. I don't have any other story to top that. There's always stories, but I'm wondering... Okay, you know what my big takeaway so far from this cast is? I don't think there's any alliances. Like, sure, people are quote-unquote allied, but do you see anyone trading? No. Everyone's got their own little spot. Normally, you see some friendships. Maybe because of all the betrayal on the mind. I asked them to try and snipe. They're trying to be like Snippy. They don't want to ally and trade. Did you know you can eject relics when you die, says Soul Scour. What do you mean? You can do that right now? Do it. Soul Scour has been dead for 20 minutes. I don't believe that. T90, give it a sec. Really? What? What? How is that a thing? That's got to be a bug. I mean, it's not game breaking. It's not like it's going to dictate the result of a tournament.
That awkward moment when T90
I have speculated. So you actually ejected the relics. What else can you do?
For your entire city.
Thank you, Quintuple, for the 3 months. I already told the story because of your resub and others. Thank you, Butter Sauce. So this is another Butter individual who said, what did Butter Sauce say? Waking up early on a Saturday morning to find T90 streaming equals great start to the weekend. Thank you, thank you. Algernon with 49 months now says 49 months for T90, 49 months for T90, 49 months for T90, for T90, T. Okay, thank you. I get the point. Zos, or Zels, Siege, and Desvolt. Thank you all for the resubs. I don't believe that. What? Wait, can you do the others? So he died. He's still in game, and he can eject relics. Thanks, DE. Okay, now we have to find out what else you can do. So, can you ungarrison things? Do you have anything? You have... Okay, try an ungarrison, a Latus, and a Petard. Religion never dies. Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh, boy. Oh, man, it's about to go down. It is about to go down.
Just 16.
Koreans! I think Xantham... He's in big trouble. Just so much siege from Cape Man. Dova says now you have to gift chat 20 subs. LMAO. What? You make one bet with chat and suddenly everything's about gifting subs. Where did that come from? If he could eject things from the castle though, that's actually game breaking. Like that could be game deciding. Imagine if someone garrisons inside a dead person's castle with their king and then you could eject it. Well, there's no answer to the Rams and Siege Hunters here. War Wagons they're a tanky unit, but they still get flattened here. Siege Hunters, best unit in the game, regardless of what you say. We've got some Mangadai here. And if Ian has solid micro, he could probably take care of these, but it's still a big risk to take. He's gone split formation, and whoop! Micro, whoop! Oh, what a god! Whoop! I can't tell if this is Ian or Viper, honestly. It's the exact same. Whoop! Nice. Here we go. And Orange is still alive. Whoop! Whoop! Alright, so in the end, there's 4 Mangadai remaining. But I'd say that that's pretty good. And whoop! I love Ian. That's great. But he had the idea to go spread formation just in case it got bad. I think Green's going to be pretty pissed about that, though. So he might go to Ian next. Wait a second. Where's the... Soul Scour. So I guess you can't ungarrison units from the castle then. Props to Purple. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Purple and Orange want to be buddy-buddy. Because there is a trade card here. Purple just showed up to help. Now, I think going Hussar as Mongols would be wise there. It's Mangadai Hussar that's really strong. Because the Siege Hunters could... And the Siege Rams could have been picked off by those Hussars. Forgive me dinging all around the map, but I'm looking for the king. Oh my god! I think red dropped, thanks DE. At least he can ungarrison his relics. And orange just went down to Cape Man Scout. So we're down to 3. Ian, everything is better with butter and the Cape Man. Check the castle. What? So it does work. What else can you do after you're dead? Okay. Add this to the list of things to mention. But again, on the priority list, this is at the very bottom. It's more like, it's not a bug, it's a feature, you know? Now, I realize I have spec delay. I just couldn't see Soul Scour's responses in Twitch chat because I was too busy casting. So, like, I'm not going to be like, hey, devs, you better fix this. Like, who really cares? But what that means is, like, I have seen community games where players would hide in a dead person's castle, excuse me. So if you hide in a dead person's castle, if they stay in game, you are not safe. This is going to break all of Filster's best ideas. Wow. Okay. What if... Again, just spitballing ideas here. Somehow ejecting units... Oh my god! Caveman! Say goodbye to the rats and archers. Holy cow. I think yellow just lost like 60 pop in one swing. Caveman, don't kill your own siege onager. Don't lose a siege onager. Come on, it was perfect. Hello? Don't do it. Don't lose it. Calculate it, baby. One Treb, one Rat-10 Archer, and a Dream. Can everything is better with butter, snipe it. In the unlikeliest of circumstances. Come on, he noticed it. He noticed it, guys. The king is over there. You just gotta believe. Oh god, make something else, yellow. This is... Caveman. Okay. Oh, okay. He reacted. Can we talk about the guts that this Rat-10 Archer has? All of his friends died, and he's still here to finish the job that he set out to accomplish today. I guess the Treb will go down and the Rat-10 Archer will go down. But what a beast. Guys, with only 3 people remaining, I don't see anyone killing Caveman. Goes to show you that being an old fart like Caveman is, having been around for a long time, having that experience in community games and game practice does pay off. Caveman's been around a while. I never really considered him like one of those big bad bullies in community games. Guys who get in all the time and who destroy people. But man, in this game, he's certainly been one. And he also believes the most. Yeah, YouTube's not going to understand that one. That was... The Rat-10 Archer's still there! 2 HP! Oh, wait. No, it's going to die now. F. Yeah, when we were drawing players for the community game, at the very start, Caveman kept saying in chat, I believe. You've just got to believe. I believe it will be me. I believe. He kept saying it, and then we, you know, one after the other would pick people. It wasn't him, wasn't him, wasn't him. I bring up, wow, Caveman really believes he's going to get in, and then the last person was Caveman. Okay, so I was going to talk about how you can't do anything against this comp when you're Vietnamese, but can we talk about how yellow doesn't really seem to pay attention to his army? Like, sure, you could say it's post-imp Civ win, but the way those Rat-10s just ran and stopped was not the best for everything is better with butter. Maybe he needs to butter them up so they can be a little bit more evasive. He is tech switching into elephants, but this is why SO Halb is one of the hardest comps to stop in the game. Because any melee units you're going to send in that are really worth the attempts would be Cav. And the Halbs are there, and then you have the siege onagers to back it up. Now, you could go champion to counter the Halbs, but champions are so low HP they still get flattened by SO. So it's expensive. But it's it's slow, but it's very strong competition here. Ducks the Instigator in Twitch chat says, are there any more embarrassing stories you want to tell us? Oh, my life is just one embarrassing story after the other. You guys have heard many over the years, I'm sure. I think that's probably enough for this video. I have plenty, trust me. You know when you're growing up, you're in school, there's that kid in class, you're like, wow, that kid is really weird, and he's never going to go anywhere in life. Hi. This is that kid as an adult. How you doing? Hope you guys are doing all right. The Caveman's got Halbs. This is an AI sniping armor if I've ever seen it. The starting scalp, halberdiers, and petard. Where's that king? Or yellow? It's in one of these castles, maybe? It's not, actually. Over here? Maybe? I'm gonna check. I have to toggle through idle military. Was that it? Ah, there it is. I'll control group the transport ship next. Yeah, I don't have a hotkey on DE to take me to the king. Right before DE came out, Boobly added that, and I was really enjoying that because there weren't as many T90 blind moments. Another thing for the list. Okay, so I don't see any way Cape Man loses this. So let's make it interesting. People wanted 20 gifted subs. I will give 20 subs to the stream if Cape Man loses this game. I want to say more, but history has shown me that I probably shouldn't say more. I think 20 is completely fair. Mongols are out there. Champions, Trebs, Mangadai. Ian's now going to dock. There's potential. Can you sing happy birthday for the year we've spent? If I had to sing happy birthday for every person that's resubbed per year, I'd be singing happy birthday a lot. So I'm going to say no, but I love you. Happy birthday. Thank you for the entire year of support, Lewis. Enjoy the gold badge. There's a lot of gold on our screens, but it's about to become red. Still no answer when you're Vietnamese with the Slavs. The only way you surprise Cape Man is if you show up with Rams. Rams, Mangadai, Hussar would be great. Because, in theory, since this is so slow and he has it all going forward, the Hussar snipe the siege onagers, the Rams take out the castles, the Mangadai are there to kill everything else, including that king. But remember that Ian took some massive losses earlier in this game. I'll accept a rig into a community game. That's even more difficult to live up to. Like that time you gifted 5 subs for each king snipe you missed. Oh god. I think I ended up gifting like 70 subs that day. The rule was I would gift 5 subs for every king snipe that I did not see happen. And of course with no hotkeys.
Sing, I don't mind.
It was pretty bad. I told the stream earlier that since I'm deleting clips, like a lot of past clips from Twitch, and especially any ones that have any music in it, to avoid any copyright issues, I was looking through my clips, and I found clips of me singing Toto's Africa and also Take On Me. And I'm surprised I hadn't deleted them earlier. War Galley, 7+4, so just needs Galleon, and this could be strong. Hey, what's up, Django? Django, weren't you in a community game already? I could be wrong. Small part of me believes that you're just trying to get me to rig you into a game, acting like you just got DE. As of now, the program, and this could end up being bad for the units inside these transports for Cape Man. And again, he does have siege onagers. Siege onagers still beat galleons in terms of damage output. Oh boy. No ballistics for purple? Okay, 1 transport sinks. That's a big kersploosh. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the program that's deleting clips has deleted 72,000 clips so far. And I'm keeping all the clips that are above 200 views, so those are the clips that are like the most well known. I went to karaoke the other night and destroyed my voice singing Metallica and the Bee Gees. I want to go to karaoke where you... I've only done karaoke once, and I'd love to do it again. I'm definitely not going to do that right now because of COVID and whatnot, but sounds like fun karaoke. Oh, you know, like, okay, when I would go... I've only sang karaoke one time, but for a while in the past, I would go to karaoke nights back when I lived in Pennsylvania. And I would just pretty much just, you know, have some drinks and watch people screw up songs. But I had to stop going because it would bother me when people would ruin my favorite songs. Like, I'm a huge Blink-182 fan, and I remember the last night that I went, some guy went up there and really thought that he could sing, and he sang I Miss You by Blink-182. And, you know, I just, like, I couldn't help but feel like his ex was in the crowd, and he was trying to impress her or something. It was really, really bad. But anyways, he couldn't sing. He was completely tone deaf. And it's one of my favorite songs ever, and I just had to stop going. Like, hey, Tristan, what are you doing on Tuesday? Nope, not going, sorry. Can't do it. All right, so I have a story for you guys, actually. So you know the Twitch Prime, I think it was, that guy from the video, Zesty Girth. So he's one of my friends, and he does not have a country accent whatsoever, right? He's from up north. And when he visited, it was it a year ago now? Yeah, it was a year ago. We went out to karaoke night somewhere, and he sang, "I'm the son of a third-generation farmer." Like, perfect accent, perfect everything. It was amazing. And so that's why when that video, when I was going to make the video, and oh God, this is why you don't go champions here. Holy cow. Disaster. Phew. Anyways, that happened. But that's why when I made that video, I knew that he could do like a really good Florida man, and I requested his presence in the video. Yeah, a lot of people in my chat go to karaoke. I did not expect that. All right. Big paragraph from St. Benny says, "Hey man, I was watching old streams from KOTD3 and have been for weeks. Watched earlier today the one with Vivi versus Miguel, and after that Velez versus Daniel, and after reboot Twitch says the video is gone." So they are gone because I was a little bit stubborn, and I would play like videos or songs that are probably fine to play. Like there's no copyright pop-ups or anything like that, but technically it wasn't a song that I owned. And so on Twitch right now, it's kind of up in the air. Like, everyone's really terrified. Like, what if there is a strike? Because if you get 3 DMCA strikes, your channel's permanently gone. Since this is my job and my life would radically change, I decided to delete those VODs because it was just group stages and they've been out for 4 weeks anyway. So I'm sorry if you guys were watching those. I have all the quarterfinals up on YouTube. I'll have the semis and I'll have the finals, and then all future VODs should be good. So that's the situation. Yeah, it's just because the intro song I played was from 2 Steps from Hell, and if 2 Steps from Hell wanted to be like, we did not give T90 permission for this, then I could potentially be in trouble. The uncertainty is really what makes it tough, though. So yeah, the reason I did it was just to be safe. So as I'm on that note, I don't know how much you guys have been paying attention to it, but I have been deleting clips that have less than 200 views on Twitch. And the program that's been deleting clips all day, I started 6 hours ago, has so far deleted 72,088 clips. So those are like, from the way it was worded by Twitch, I could potentially lose my channel if 3 of those clips had a copyrighted song, and even if they had 0 views. So I just decided to just mass delete everything under 200 views and then manually review the ones that have a lot of views. As a streamer, it's pretty freaking scary, man. And there's also not a lot of info out there, and the laws are like, the copyright laws are really outdated, and like, I understand it from a certain perspective, but Ian Micro. It's not the first time we've seen Ian go in split formation. It's a bit unique because a lot of people stay in clumped formation and then split, but he just gets ahead of the game and splits ahead of time. And there he goes. He's done an all right job here. The Galleons are certainly helping. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ian, make Hussars, please. And Yellow's actually been stomped at the same time. What's the KD for Cape Man? Cape Man, 762 kills and 380 deaths. Oh, man. All right, here comes Ian with the light cav. And so, yeah, that's what I was calling for. I can see why he was thinking champion. Because you might think champion good against Halb. You need melee for the siege. We saw the champions die earlier. It's just truly, against a better player as well, a really tough comp to fight. And Cape Man has no worries at home either. So Ian's just going to try his best. And now, since Cape Man has one focus and is only Ian, I expect Cape Man to roll this one. I might have jinxed it a little bit. Like, I was trying to stay positive for the guy, you know? As Kate Man did prior to getting picked, you know, stay positive. See what happens. Alright, so the only thing that has been in the back of my mind is, will Kate Man have golds? I think he snagged those relics. Okay, so he's got some gold mining there and some relics. It's not a ton of gold income, truthfully. But I think it's enough. When he's got that much wood and food, he can sell wood and food and be fine. So, he's as busy as a bee. Yes, he is. Also, what makes Slavs so good with this build is with Drazina, their halbs are so much more effective than normal halberdiers would be. And their siege is also discounted. So Slavs, I would say Celt probably number one with this build because they have the higher HP and faster firing siege and the faster halberdiers. Slavs, it's either Slavs or Teutons as number two, but I think Celt, Slavs, Teutons are top three when it comes to this type of a fight and comp. It's also one of the most expensive and difficult compositions to get to. 7P Wolf, thank you for the Prime, and thank you C-Bomb for the year.
T90 stash.
I definitely will not sing. Nice to see you, C-Bomb. Now, the Galleons were a great idea. The problem is just, again, it's lack of eco. Every time I look at Ian, he's at 44 vills. He has 100 military, but when that dies, I don't think things are going to go all that well for Ian. So I actually just remembered this, and this is a little bit feelsy, but I remember Cape Man, like, he didn't just move from one country to another. He moved from one continent to another, like back around the time I got partnership. And if you guys have watched streams on YouTube for a while, you know how a lot of people mention like that I've helped them or the content has helped them get through a rough time. And I remember Cape Man telling me, like, man, I'm so nervous about this. I got a job offer. I'm leaving my family, my friends. And he brought it up recently. I think it was last month about how like everything's worked out and remembers the old times. It's really cool. And now we see this guy beasting it up. Not only in life, but in a community game. Why isn't Purple going for Mangadite? Were you watching this game? Maybe you're new. Maybe you just got here. He had Mangadite. He made Mangadite. It didn't work out. The Mangadite died just as the Lightcap did there. See the barracks going down. I like how orderly buildings are here. I don't have huge OCD when it comes to building placement, like many of you might, and like the Lowy the Legends do out there, but some of them. Ian is on his last legs, and you don't get many community game opportunities. So he's going to try and make the most of it. Does he have anything? Does he have a transport? Nothing. No worries, George. I saw you earlier, but I guess you left and returned. He was making Mangadai, and it was a similar result. Let's see, Ian with 375 deaths. Most of that probably came to Cape Man. Fun fact, the Diplo part of this game was really off. We did not see any kind of lasting alliance. I know! That's what I mentioned a while ago. Like, even Cape Man hasn't been trading. He could trade with a dead person. But that's the thing with these types of games. There's always going to be players who are more skilled. That's why Diplo exists. That's why you form alliances. And I think Ian's just going to give it up. Oh! That's one way to do it! Ian's like, if I'm going to go out, you're taking all your men with me. 20 or 30 halberdiers pay the price. But it's okay. The halberdiers, if you would have asked them at the start of their journey in life, would you die for the cause? I'm sure they would have said yes. GG. That game had some good snipes. That game had very little Diplo. And that game had some horribly embarrassing stories. And it pains me to say it. Despite the fact there was little Diplo, I feel like that was good entertainment as a whole. And that's probably YouTube worthy. And this is the worst thing about having an embarrassing story and then uploading it to YouTube. Because I will probably upload this a week after I stream it. So this weekend, you guys might mention the B thing on Twitch because you heard it today. But then it'll die off. And then suddenly it's just going to be like, whoosh, another wave. It was like the 3 archer range video. The 3 archer range video, that died off. And then people started coming in from YouTube. Then it started gaining traction on YouTube. And then whoosh, it was overwhelming. So I think this is a good time to announce I am sponsored by a company. They're named Wildflower Honey. And if you would like a discount on your honey purchases, just use code T90 and make sure to leave a comment on their website. I get 10% of each sale. I'll put it all towards Hidden Cup 4. Yep, that's right. Wildflower Honey, look it up. Might actually be a company. I don't know. Well, Caveman just dominated that entire game. I think he knew that Master Jev was going to destroy him, which is why he had to kill him early, though. Isn't that right, Master Jeff? If you are still out there. It's very possible that Cape Man just killed any hopes and dreams that Master Jeff had to compete in community games or Age of Empires. And maybe Master Jeff is pieced out. So, Cape Man, I hope you're happy with yourself. Oh, no, he's in chat. Okay, we're good. Never mind. GG.